Okay, let's dive right into this. If you're a creator, a marketer, or running a brand online, you have probably felt that deep, burning frustration of posting absolutely great content only to hear crickets. You know the feeling, right? Maybe you even refresh the page 3 times thinking your Wi-Fi is broken. Well, today we are decoding the algorithm and bringing some much-needed structure to the often maddening world of social media hashtags. In this explainer, we're going to use direct data and insights from Toolstack's hashtag generator to completely transform how you approach your organic reach.
But before we get into the advanced strategy, let's just reset how we actually think about this tool. A hashtag is not just some trendy accessory you slap on at the end of a witty caption. It is a highly functional indexing system. Honestly, think of it like the Dewey Decimal System for the internet. It's the exact mechanism social media platforms use to categorize your content and, crucially, surface it to users who are actively searching for that specific topic. They literally put your content in front of people who have never, ever heard of you.
So if they're so incredibly powerful, why do your hashtags keep failing? You spend hours creating a piece of content, you add a bunch of popular tags, and nothing happens. Well, if you're just guessing, if you're using tags that are way too broad or insanely competitive, you are essentially guaranteeing that all your hard work gets buried immediately under millions of other posts.
We're going to fix that today. Here is our roadmap. First, we'll cover why your hashtags fail. Then, the 3-tier strategy. Next, platform rules for hashtags, followed by 4 steps to success, and finally, some pro tips and best practices.
All right, Section 1, why your hashtags fail and how to fix it. Listen, if you treat hashtags like a random guessing game, you are actively wasting your organic reach. The bottom line is this: the wrong tags equal buried content. But you know what? It actually gets worse than just low views. When you ignore the algorithm's rules by overstuffing irrelevant tags, you don't just waste your reach, you risk getting your posts actively flagged by platforms' spam filters. The platforms desperately want to serve relevant content. If your tags mislead their system, they will just shut your visibility right down.
Moving on to Section 2, the 3-tier strategy. This strategy right here is the secret sauce that professional social media marketers use to stop guessing and start deliberately growing their accounts. You don't want a massive list of just huge tags, and you don't want all tiny tags either. You need a deliberate mix across 3 tiers. Up at the top, you've got high-reach tags with over 1 million posts. These are highly competitive, sure, but they send a broad visibility signal to the algorithm. In the middle, you have growing tags, sitting between 100K and 1 million posts. This is the absolute sweet spot. It gives you the best reach-to-competition ratio. And finally, niche tags with under 100K posts. This is where your community actually lives.
Let's compare those outer tiers directly for a second. High-reach tags maximize your initial burst of reach. The downside? You are competing with millions of posts, so your content gets buried fast. Now contrast that with niche tags. Here, you have significantly fewer competitors. Your post stays visible for a much longer window of time, and most importantly, it reaches a highly targeted audience. These are the people actively searching for exactly what you're posting. It's absolutely the ultimate conversion-friendly tier.
Okay, Section 3, platform rules for hashtags.
You absolutely cannot treat the social media landscape like it's one giant monolith. A strategy that sends you viral on one app will completely tank your reach on another. Let's rapid fire through the exact optimized limits for the big 5 platforms based on Toolstack's data. Instagram, they allow up to 30 and generally reward using a full mix. TikTok is wildly different. Their algorithm is super topic-based, so just 5 to 8 specific tags will drastically outperform a massive list of 30 generic ones. Quality heavily beats quantity there. LinkedIn, stick to 3 to 5 highly targeted tags. X, or Twitter, limits you by character count anyway, so keep it to 1 to 3 maximum. And for YouTube, placing up to 15 tags in your description is optimal, but make sure your first 3 are heavily prioritized.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the stark contrast between Instagram and LinkedIn. Instagram's algorithm actually rewards a volume-heavy approach. The data shows 20 to 30 tags typically generate the most reach for growth stage accounts. LinkedIn, on the flip side, strictly penalizes anything that looks even remotely spammy. If you paste 30 tags into a LinkedIn post, their algorithm is going to throttle your reach immediately.
Next up, Section 4, 4 steps to success.
We know this strategy sounds a bit complex, but the execution really doesn't have to be. Here are 4 super simple steps to seamlessly generate this precise mix using Toolstack's AI hashtag generator. Step 1, just describe your content. Enter your specific topic or just paste your caption right in. Step 2, choose your platform, so the tool knows exactly which limits and behaviors to optimize for. Step 3, the AI, which is powered by GPT-4o, analyzes your niche and instantly builds that perfect 3-tier mix we just talked about. And Step 4, curate and copy. You just review the tags, deselect any you don't love, choose your formatting, and copy the whole set with one click.
What you should really take away from this is the context awareness. The tool doesn't just hand you a lazy list of random, vaguely popular words. It actually matches the tags to the specific nuances of your content. And unlike a lot of tools out there, ToolStack provides this entire AI-powered strategy for free with unlimited generations and literally zero sign-up required.
Finally, Section 5, Pro Tips and Best Practices.
Let's shift gears for a minute and cackle the day-to-day pitfalls creators face when they're actually posting week in and week out. Think about your own workflow for a second. Can you use the exact same block of hashtags on every single post? It's so tempting, right? Just save it in your Notes app and paste it every single time. Guys, this is one of the biggest myths and mistakes in organic marketing.
The answer is a definitive, absolute no. You must rotate your hashtags. Platforms, especially Instagram, have historically penalized identical copy-pasted tag sets. If you use the same tags every time, you're just going to trigger those spam filters. You should be rotating them every single post, or at the absolute minimum, every 3 to 5 posts. This essentially forces the algorithm to reevaluate your content and expose you to fresh, new audiences.
So how do you actually do that without completely losing your mind? Well, that's where ToolStack's competitive advantage really shines. Competitors often lock you behind paywalls or limit you to maybe 10 tags. ToolStack is 100% free with no sign-up. It automatically splits your tags by that crucial popularity tier we discussed. It actually explains why it chose each tag for you, which is huge. It features a built-in live character counter so you never bust your platform limits. And it gives you custom copy format options. It just makes rotation completely effortless.
Before we completely wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final, kind of provocative thought derived directly from ToolStack's wider ecosystem. They feature a tool called Adverts GPT that actually scans your brand across 10 different AI models. So you really have to ask yourself, you might be optimizing perfectly for social algorithms today, but is your brand invisible to AI search? Because as discovery methods keep evolving, making sure your content is visible across all platforms and AI models is definitely the next great frontier. Keep learning, keep adapting, and make sure you're using the right tools to guarantee your voice is actually heard.